has defended two cabinet ministers who've been accused of avoiding capital gains tax. Jeff Hoon and James Purnell both deny any wrongdoing when they sold homes in London. A Conservative MP, Sir Peter Viggers, who claimed for the cost of a floating duck house, will stand down at the next election. Our political correspondent Ben Wright reports.
Today, the property moves of two more cabinet ministers are in the spotlight. James Purnell and Jeff Hoon both sold their London homes without paying capital gains tax. They've insisted they didn't need to and that they followed the Inland Revenue's advice.
Prime Minister,
Today, Gordon Brown gave his backing to both ministers.
They have said what they have done. There is an inquiry going on in Parliament. People will look back on the expenses of the last 4 years. They'll make a judgment, but as far as I know, there is no problem that needs to be dealt with.
Compare that to the PM's view of Hazel Bleats' actions. The Community Secretary didn't pay capital gains tax either when she sold her London home. Gordon Brown called her behaviour totally unacceptable, even though she apologised and wrote the taxman a cheque for £13,000.
I think every case has got to be looked at because it's quite different. In Hazel Bleats' cases, she immediately, when she found out there was a problem, repaid the money. She apologised, said that it was a mistake, and she's rectified the situation.
Another Labour MP under pressure is Luton South's Margaret Moran. Her local party is standing by her, but she'll be investigated by Labour's ruling body for her expenses claim. There are also new allegations that she wrongly used parliamentary resources. Conservative MPs are in trouble too. Sir Peter Viggers asked Parliament to pay for a floating duck island, and now his career is sunk. An angry David Cameron told him to step down at the next election or face being kicked out of the party.
I mean, this would almost be, if it didn't make you so angry, one might be able to see some sort of joke in it. I mean, it does make me unbelievably angry. I just cannot think what these people were thinking.
Parliament has now junked the expenses system that caused this crisis. But the fallout continues. 3 Conservative MPs have now said they'll stand down because of it. They're unlikely to be the only casualties. Ben Wright, BBC News, Westminster.
Let's get more from our political correspondent, Carol Walker, who's at Westminster. More revelations about cabinet ministers. How much pressure is this putting on the Prime Minister?
Well, it's clearly more pressure for Gordon Brown. He's tried to switch the attention to changing the rules, to changing the system for running Parliament. But I think what the public are going to focus on is yet more revelations about MPs and ministers in his cabinet. Now, I should say, though, that the BBC Newsnight has got this booklet, which is the tax authority's specific advice for MPs and ministers over tax. And it says specifically that if you've got more than one residence, you can choose which one is to qualify for the exemption from capital gains tax. And this does not have to be your home for the purposes of the second homes allowance. Now, this makes it clear that James Purnell and Jeff Hoon did not actually break any rules. But then neither did Hazel Bleats either, which really does add to the perception that she's being singled out for political purposes because she's criticised the Prime Minister in the past, and certainly her position does look very vulnerable.
OK, tonight MPs go into recess. What will be happening during that time?
Well, I think they're going to be working very hard to try to explain to their constituents any details that may or may not yet have been exposed in the newspapers. I should just let you know that in the last few minutes, we've heard that Lord Reynard, who is the chief executive and main campaign strategist for the Liberal Democrats, we've just heard that he is standing down for health and family reasons, we're told. Though there was a story in the News of the World at the weekend which questioned his second home allowance for £40,000. So he is now standing down. MPs head off on this short break. They are all going to face some pretty tough questions from their constituents, from their activists, are going to have to come up with some pretty convincing explanations as they try this effort to try to rebuild public trust.
Carol, thank you. The mother of baby P has written a letter apologising for her part in her